Happy Thursday. It's March 13th, so Friday's tomorrow. It's early. Let's go through some headlines. This is where I just read random headlines from all over, all different sources, and let you know how I feel about them. All right? It's fun for me. I enjoy it. Whether or not you enjoy it, I enjoy it, so that's what's important, right? Here we go. Let's get into it. All right. First one, man allegedly held captive by stepmother for more than 20 years escaped after setting a fire. What? Oh my gosh, that's awful. We got to click through for a little bit more detail here. Set a fire in their home. This is in Western Connecticut. I don't really think of Connecticut as being like the crime center of the US, but whatever. 20 years, little food, no medical care. Oh my gosh, 32-year-old stepson. Whoa. Oh my gosh, that's really awful. I'm reading through here. So, I wanted my freedom, he told first responders, according to the affidavit. Wow. Good luck to you, sir. And wow, that's some trauma. Do better, stepmothers. Do better. That's awful. All right. Next, Education Department cuts are here. What happens now to student loans, FAFSAs, and IEPs? I can't even look at it. If it's anything like what's set out in P25, they're all going. They're all going. You need any help, if you're a human, you need any help with education, forget about it. That's how P25 presents it. Like, whoops, sorry. Sorry, you're not independently wealthy like the rest of us are, so no help for you. Next, Ted Cruz asks the internet for Elon Musk questions. You know what happened. Ooh, let's see. What happened? What happened, Ted Cruz? Was it Cancun Cruz? Is that your name? Let's see. He may not want to pose some of the questions. If you were having a beer with Elon Musk and you could ask him anything, what questions would you ask him? I'm not sure. What question would I ask Elon Musk? Let me think about that for a minute. I don't know. I think I would ask him to name all of his children and all of the mothers of his children and how much child support he pays. So I guess that's a compound question. That's mostly what I'm interested in. How many kids does this man have? How many different mothers? I'm not judging. I'm just saying, do you know all of the mothers? And are you paying child support properly? Those would be my questions for Mr. Musk. Some people are probably like, oh, where are you taking us to the next level? I don't care. How are your children? How are your children doing? And stop dragging that little baby boy around with you. He's not a prop. That kid would rather be at home playing with his action figures and watching some cartoons than being carted around the Oval Office. I mean, come on, man. Be a good dad. What's wrong with you? All right. So, those feelings came out quickly. Next. Kim Kardashian claims Chris Humphries wouldn't divorce her until she returned her 20.5 carat engagement ring. I think that's fair. All right, I'm going to say it. I think it's fair. One of the oldest questions in the legal field has to do with if you give someone an engagement ring and they're like, well, I don't want to marry you anymore, do you have a contractual obligation to give the ring back or to be able to ask for your ring back? Like, that goes back to Mayflower days when they were making rings out of corn or whatever. It's a good question. If I've given someone a 20.5 carat ring and they're like, we're splits, I'm like, you need to be giving me that ring back right now. or else I'm not going anywhere. In fact, I'm moving onto the couch for eternity. Give me the ring or I'm going to be sitting on your couch forever. I knew someone once that had broken up with the fiance and mailed the ring back in just like a regular envelope. And you could, squish the envelope and it's like, oh, there's a ring in here. It just mailed it back. I'm traumatized from that. That is not how we treat diamonds, people, all right? Don't disrespect the diamond. Okay, next up. This one's an opinion, everyone. Make sure when you're going through the news, is it news or is it an opinion? And if it's news, is it properly credible? This is an opinion. Trump press secretary loses it when asked to explain tariffs. I would say that's a fact. I don't think that's an opinion. I suppose what losing it means could be the question, but she didn't look very good. She did not look very good trying to go through and use those talking points as a shield for ignorance. It was not. It was not a good look for her. I mean, you can get away with that sometimes, especially because of what they've done to the press there at the White House. Like, there's only a handful of press people in there that have been pre approved. Even with that, she's being asked a question that she should be able to answer. But those talking points aren't always going to come in and help you, or ever, really. Next. Fox reports on good news for Donald Trump, but then immediately sounds the alarm. I'm not going to go digging into that because I don't need that negativity in my life right now. Next. What else do we have here? Let's look at something lighter. Something a bit lighter. If anyone's seen the Airplane movie, I won't do the quote because it's offensive, but something light is what I'm looking for. The end of MAGA's dominance. That doesn't sound light to me. The American people see the Democrats take down Trump themselves. About dang time, Democrats. Come on. We're the scrappers. I do not have any qualms whatsoever saying Democrats are the scrappers. The Republicans are the ones with, uh, pinkies up for tea time in their suits. And the Democrats, they're the scrappers. Like, you want to be in a dark alley with a Democrat protecting you, not a Republican. That's how it's supposed to be. So get in there, Democrats. Start scrapping, all right? Do your jobs. Do your jobs. All right. A little anger coming out there. All right, here we go. Next. All right, the 5 states in America most dependent on federal funding and the 5 least dependent. All right, that's interesting. Yeah, let's take a look. Our states, we try to be as independent as we can, but in the end, we're really not. So let's acknowledge what's happening here. We're supposed to be working together. We're like a family. A family that doesn't like half of the other family. All right, the 5th most dependent, South Carolina. 4th, Mississippi. 3rd, West Virginia. 2nd, Kentucky. Ooh, Kentucky governor. And Alaska is the most dependent. Alaska, what are you doing? I mean, you've only got 3 electoral votes, but whatever. Uh, you know, Alaska probably needs a lot of help. Alaska and Hawaii as the last states that joined the union here. All right, let's look at the least dependent. Utah, not surprised. Massachusetts, Delaware, California, New Jersey. All right, so those are the least dependent. I have to tell you, I struggle with New England. I'm going to just put it out there, everyone. It's not that I don't love and adore New England, or really all parts of the United States in some ways, in other ways I don't like it. But I have to admit, as someone from the Central Time Zone, I struggle with New England. I was driving around and going in Philadelphia, which has to be one of my favorite places ever. And so here we go outside of Philadelphia, and I was looking for where I was staying, and all of a sudden I was in Delaware, and I'm like, what do you mean? It's been 20 minutes, and I'm now in another state. And then as I was trying to figure it out, it's where am I? I'm back in Pennsylvania. I don't get it. You just go from state to state like that? That's madness. And it only takes 20 minutes? That's madness. Where I'm from, it's going to take you a few hours to get into another state. And you're okay with that. So I have a hard time with the little teeny tiny New England situation. I know New York, you're decent sized, but still, all those little ones in there, it's a cool place, but your state's too small. And with that, everyone, I see my time has come to an end. Those are the headlines for today. I hope you all have a great Thursday.